You have often said that the mesmeric state very nearly resembles death. How is this?
When I say that it resembles death, I mean that it resembles the ultimate life. For when I am entranced, the senses of my rudimental life are in abeyance, and I perceive external things directly, without organs, through a medium which I shall employ in the ultimate, unorganized life.
Unorganized?
Yes, organs are contrivances by which the individual is brought into sensible relation with particle classes and forms of matter, to the exclusion of other classes and forms. The organs of man are adapted to his rudimental condition, and that to only his ultimate condition, being unorganized, is of unlimited comprehension in all points but one, the nature of the volition of God. That is to say, that the motion of the unparticled matter. You will have a distinct idea of the ultimate body by conceiving it to be entirely the brain. This, it is not, but a conception of this nature will bring you near comprehension of what it is. A luminous body imparts vibrations to the luminiferous ether. The vibrations generate similar ones with the retina. This again communicates similar ones to the optic nerve. The nerve conveys similar ones to the brain also similar ones to the unparticled matter which permeates it. The motion of this latter is thought, of which permeate the perception is the first undulation. This mode by which the mind of the rudimental life communicates with the external world. And this external world is to the rudimental life limited through the idiosyncrasy of its organs. But to the ultimate unorganized life, the external world reaches the whole body, which is of substance having affinity to the brain, as I have said, with no other intervention than that of infinitely rarer ether than even the luminiferous. And this ether, in with unison with it, the whole body vibrates, setting in motion an unparticled matter which permeates it. It is the absence of idiosyncratic organs, therefore, that we must attribute to nearly unlimited perception of the ultimate life. To rudimental beings, organs are the cages necessary to confine them until fledged.
You speak of rudimental beings. Are there other rudimental thinking beings than man?
The multitudinous conglomeration of rarer matter into nuclei, planets, suns, and other bodies, which are neither nuclei, suns, nor planets, is for the sole purpose of supplying pabulum for the idiosyncrasy of the organs of infinity and rudimental beings. But for the necessity of rudimental prior to the ultimate life, there would have been no bodies such as these. Each of these is tenanted by a distinct variety of organic rudimental thinking creatures. In all, the organs vary with features of the place tenanted. At death, a metamorphosis, these creatures, enjoying the ultimate life, immortality, and cognizant of all secrets but the one, act all things and pass everywhere by mere volition, indwelling not the stars, which to us seem the sole palpabilities, and for the accommodation of which we blindly deem space created, but that space itself, that infinity of which the truly substantive vastness swallows up the star shadows, blotting them out as non-entities from the perception of angels.
You say that, but for the necessity of rudimental life, there would have been no stars? But why is this a necessity?
Inside the inorganic life, as well as in the inorganic matter generally, there is nothing to impede the action of one simple unique law, the divine volition. With the view producing impediment and the organic life and matter, complex, essential, and law incumbent, were contrived.
But again, why need this impediment have been produced?
The result of law inviolate is perfection, right, negative, happiness. The result of law violate is imperfection, wrong, positive, pain. Through impediments afforded by the number, complexity, and substantiality of the laws of organic life and matter, the violation of law is rendered to a certain extent practicable, thus pain, which in the inorganic life is possible in the organic.
But what good, like, what to, sorry, but to what good end is pain thus rendered possible, if you understand what I'm saying?
All things are either good or bad by comparison. A sufficient analysis will show that pleasure in all cases is but the contrast of pain. Positive pleasure is a mere idea. To be happy at any point of time, we must have suffered at the same time. Never to suffer would have been never to have been blessed. But it is shown that in the inorganic life, pain cannot be thus the necessity of the organic. The pain of primitive life on earth is the sole basis of bliss, of the ultimate life in heaven.
Still, there is no, still there is one of your expressions which I find it impossible to comprehend, which is what you said, the truly substantive vastness of infinity.
This probably is because you have no sufficiently generic conception of the term substance itself. We must not regard it as a quality, but as a sentiment. It is the perception in thinking beings of the adaptation of matter to their organization. There are many things on earth which would be nihility to the inhabitants of Venus, many things visible and tangible in Venus, which we cannot be brought to appreciate as existing at all. But to the inorganic beings, to the angels, the whole of the unparticled matter is substance. That is to say, the whole of what we term space is to them the true substantiality. The stars, meantime, through what we consider their materiality, escaping the angelic sense just in proportion as the unparticled matter, through what we consider is immateriality, eludes the organic.
As the sleepwaker pronounced these later words in a feeble tone, I observed on his countenance a singular expression which somewhat alarmed me and induced me to awake him at once. No sooner had I done this than, with a bright smile irradiating all his features, he fell back upon his pillow and expired. I noticed that in less than a minute afterwards his corpse had been all the stern rigidity of stone. His brows were the coldness of that of ice. Thus ordinarily should it have appeared only after long pressure from Azrael's hand. Had the sleepwalker, indeed, during the later portion of his discourse, been addressing me from the out region of the shadows?